Microsoft, the company that built the tools everyone has depended on, like Windows, Office, and Xbox. They weren't just selling software, they were shaping how the world worked and how we played games and how we connected with one another. But over time, I feel like it's changed. Microsoft has turned into something else entirely, a tech giant obsessed with subscriptions, engagement metrics, and collecting so much user data. Slowly but surely, they have drifted away from their original purpose. And if you've been around long enough, you've probably felt it too. So let's talk about what has really happened. How did one of the greatest tech companies in history lose its focus? In the beginning, Microsoft had one of the boldest missions in tech, a computer on every desk and in every home. It was so simple, it was so good, but in the 1980s, it was revolutionary. What's even cooler is that they actually did it.
We did it! We actually did it!
Windows made computers accessible to millions of people. Office actually made them useful, and then even Xbox made Microsoft part of everyday life at home. Their products didn't just run things, they enabled people to do things that they couldn't do before. Businesses trusted them, developers built on them, and users loved them. Sure, it wasn't always perfect, but there was this feeling that Microsoft was on your side. But once you achieve your mission, what's next? You either find a new purpose or you could start to lose your way. That turning point came when Microsoft realized something, that the real money wasn't in selling more products or more hardware, it was in owning their users. And around the time that Windows 8 and Office 365 launched, everything started to change. Instead of improving the great tools they already had, they started building entire ecosystems. These systems were designed to keep users locked in, kind of like Apple.
It's a trap!
Windows stopped feeling like something you owned and enjoyed using. It became something you felt like you were stuck using because of where you worked or where you went to school. All the modernization, the completely unnecessary updates, it wasn't about making things better, it was about maintaining control of the user. That's when Microsoft stopped asking, what can we build? And then they started asking, how long can we keep people paying for this stuff? Then they found their perfect formula, recurring revenue. Office turned into Microsoft 365, and then those annoying Windows updates became nonstop experiments to see what they could get away with. Xbox even shifted focus from their consoles to Game Pass. I'm not even a gamer, and I find that annoying. They figured out how to make people pay over and over and over again for essentially the same stuff they had before. Honestly, it's smart business. Every company dreams of predictable revenue, but then once your entire model depends on those subscriptions, the customer stops becoming the focus and then they become the metric. That changes their relationship. You stop building the best product and then you start building one that just keeps people satisfied enough to stay subscribed. And it feels like being in a relationship where the other person keeps promising to change, but then every update somehow makes things worse, and then you're regretting giving them another chance anyway. Suddenly, Microsoft wanted to reinvent itself again, and then this time they're betting everything on AI. Copilot this, recall that, Bing Chat. Does anyone even use Bing Chat? I mean, there's nothing wrong with innovating or trying something new, but most of these AI features feel rushed or half-baked.
And Coop has delivered undercooked salmon.
It's like they're trying to look futuristic instead of actually being useful, and then they're all about the aesthetic instead of the intention of fixing problems for their users. AI should make Windows smarter, and then right now instead it's just making things noisier. That's what happens when a company loses confidence. It starts chasing buzzwords and trends to remain relevant instead of building trust or focusing on what they're actually good at. Microsoft isn't leading the AI revolution, but they're sure hiding behind it. It's like they're crossing their fingers that the hype covers up how shitty the user experience has become. And this isn't just about their products, it's about their culture. Microsoft used to be full of builders and creators and innovators, people that were obsessed with solving problems. And now it just feels like a company run by executives that are way more interested in shareholder meetings and chasing numbers. When I think of Microsoft, I don't think of a brilliant software engineer or anyone with technical ability. I think of a bunch of jerks in suits in a boardroom somewhere. Innovation has been replaced by risk management. When a company's goal shifts from what's next to what's profitable, you end up with exactly what we see now, a bloated, self-protecting organization that can't see past its own data dash points and projections. That's the kind of thing that kills great products before they even get a chance to exist. The results are starting to speak for themselves. You can look them up. Windows 11 and the hardware restrictions, Copilot's privacy backlash, the recall features PR disaster, these aren't random mistakes. They're part of a much bigger problem. Microsoft doesn't seem like they're innovating anymore. They're just extracting everything they can from their customers, and they've completely lost their focus. Every forced update, the ads, the upsells, it is exhausting. And people are noticing that they can't tell the same story over and over and over in different ways without getting caught. Businesses notice too, they're tired of surprise features and updates that break what used to work for them. What used to be the trust and excitement about the latest update or the release has been turned into tolerance and then bracing of what could happen to all the work that you just did on your latest project.
Get ready, everybody. He's about to do something stupid.
While Microsoft has been busy nickel and diming its users, the competition's been quietly stepping up. Apple has doubled down on the hardware and the software integration. It is clean, consistent, and premium. And can we talk about Tahoe? I know, Windows did the whole glass look years ago, but oh my gosh, it looks so good. And then Google built the cloud productivity world that Microsoft tried to copy. And if you're ever comparing Google Workspace to Microsoft 365, I don't know, to me, one clearly feels more enjoyable to use. And then Linux, that's not just for developers anymore. It's fast, reliable, and refreshingly free of nonsense. There are a ton of people who've made the switch, and they are loving it. Even smaller startups are creating lightweight, privacy-focused tools that make Microsoft look tired.
So tired. So tired.
The empire that once dictated the future is now reacting to it. People don't leave overnight, they leave one frustration at a time. So can Microsoft come back from this? Sure, but not on the path they're currently on. You don't win users back with gimmicks, you win them back with rebuilding trust. And to fix this, Microsoft needs to remember what made them great in the first place, empowering their users, giving them ownership, and how easy everything was to use. People don't want AI in every menu or ads buried in their file explorer. They don't care. They just want software that works. They want tools that are stable and predictable and updates that don't feel like they're gambling. The irony is that Microsoft already knows how to do all of that. They just stopped caring and prioritizing it. Look, Microsoft isn't going to suddenly wake up one morning and become what it used to be, but that doesn't mean we're stuck. Right now, you have a choice. You don't have to live inside one ecosystem anymore. You can build your workflow around tools that actually work for you. For businesses, that means picking software that puts control back in your hands, platforms that are flexible and custom built around how your team works. And then for the rest of us, it's as simple as being intentional about what we use. Stop clicking accept on every single prompt. Question why something needs access to your data or your location all the time. And then if a product or app adds more frustration than value, find a different one that doesn't. Lord knows there are so many out there. This isn't a rebellion. I think of it as a recalibration. You don't need to ditch Microsoft altogether. There's still a lot I like about Microsoft. Windows runs on just about everything. Office apps are everywhere, and for a lot of businesses, it's still a solid setup. There's a reason it's still so popular. And then to me, the best part about tech right now is that you do have so many options. Just because you're on a PC doesn't mean you have to live entirely in Microsoft 365. You can use Google Workspace for email and docs, and you can manage projects and apps like Notion or Monday. If you've only ever used Windows, maybe it's time to try out Apple's ecosystem. Macs, iPhones, iPads, they all talk to each other, and you can still use all the same Microsoft tools on those devices if you want to. That's the point. You get to decide which ecosystem is the best fit for you. What matters most is that your tech makes your life easier and not more complicated. Microsoft's story isn't over, but this chapter, it could be a warning. Microsoft is just one example of a company that once gave people power and now it's taking it away. And then if they don't change course, Microsoft is not just going to lose users, they're going to lose relevance and a huge chunk of the market. Innovation doesn't just die when you stop building new things. It dies when you stop listening, and then when you stop wanting to solve problems for your users. Microsoft doesn't need to reinvent the wheel. They just need to remember why people trusted them to build it in the first place. And if they can't, someone else will. I'm not rooting against Microsoft. I just miss the good old days. What about you? Do you think that they can get their spark back, or is that era long gone? Let me know in the comments, and if you like this video, hit subscribe. We've got a lot more to talk about.